Hello there guys and welcome back. This time we are starting off in our wither skeleton farm. Not because I actually need them, because I got 8 at the moment, but I was on my way over to my place farm and then I ran into these guys for it. You know what, let's just take them out. And no luck so far. Yeah, those skulls, they are a pain in the bum. They are a pain in the bum. What do we have down here? Anything interesting? Magma cube? I can't see anything. And I think that your view isn't better at all. So let me just get done with this so we can get started for today. So we can get down to what matters. And it is a little bit Nether related. I must admit that it isn't in the Nether. It's about the Nether portals that I got to this place. And most of them, they're working, of course they are, but the decoration of them are just sucking. Basically, it is bad. And last time we discovered what happened when that area isn't worked out as it should be, as we blew up inside the Nether. Yes, we got a skull now, we got 9, we can fight 3 withers at once. Which I don't think we should do, as I haven't never tried that before. I haven't never fought a wither. Anyway, so where were I? Oh yeah, Nether. And the thing is, the creepers kept walking into the portal and get transported over to the Nether, and when they were over here, they started to blow up when I got through the portal, which I, to be fair honest with you, hated. I hate it. I think that is the worst, more or less, ever. So we need to fix that. We need to do a lot about the Nether portals today and make them look really cool and really integrated into the mountainside, and also the basement below our little what do we call our little summer vacation hut, or whatever. We need to make sure that that as well is looking nice and fancy panty. So that's the plan for today, but let me just see if I can find my TheFatRat. It isn't in my main base, it isn't at the summer hut, and it isn't here in the Nether. So, yeah. I have lost it, and that's annoying. I have no goddamn idea where it is. So that's a little bit tricky. That's just a gun. We can take that. We can rename it. Let's just rename it and make it new then. That must be the plan. Oh, and mobs is spawning. We love it. So yeah, let me get on with Let me get on with that, and let me just meet you back up at the portal so I can show you what I got in mind. I have now returned back to our little base, and I'm ready to do today's task. And I have equipped myself with our lovely fail armor. I couldn't find my helmet. I definitely don't know where it is. I have lost it, I must say. So I crafted a new one. As you can see, head full of fails, failing chest for failing legs, and trippy toes. Just to ensure that you know that I really screwed up. And I did screw up. I let the poor little guard we had, the zombie guard, and it was good. It was good. The only problem is over there. He hits the light, which means he burns and he dies. That is just stupid. Let's just say it like that. So yeah, I deserve to wear this armor, I would say. Oh, that's how things go when you don't think about what is actually going on. So yeah, always think about what am I actually doing. Ouch! What on earth, you bastard! I was looking for my guard. You can't just get bastard. Oh, look, there, can you see? Oh, that is wonderful. I really like it. I really like it. Yeah, you can see just in the middle now and going to the left. Ouch. Oh, that's amazing. I really love it. I think it's a nice little touch. I really think it's a nice little touch. Anyway, what do we need to do today, you might ask? And that is a very fun question, I must say. I really like it. we need to move that thingy, into this mountain. That's the basic idea. That's the basic thing we need to do. But of course, it won't be just so easy just to move it in. We need to do a little bit of decoration and ensuring that it looks nice and some kind of natural in this environment. And the way I think we should do it is look at it like it when the portal appears at this place, it kind of explodes out this mountainside, out in this area. So we've got like a crater in the mountainside, naturally generated crater, and that should be very interesting to try and make, I would say, because me and craters, not that best idea, I would say. So let me see what I can get going with that. But first, of course, I need to dig out a bit of space to do it, and I probably should have put some chests down. That could have been smart, and I still wear my armor. That's stupid. Yeah, but let me see what I can get going. I need to, first of all, clear a little bit of the room out, so we can do a little bit of depth to the. I don't want this. Ouch! Oh! Ow! I don't want this normal portal, you know, where you kind of just look into this flat, squarey thing. I don't want that. We want to do something cool about it, and we can do that. Let me just show you in a moment when I have cleared out all of this. So yeah, let me start on that, and I will meet you back here in just a little moment. The clearing out and the portal has been done, and that's I think that's a decent side of portal. And what we need to do now is we need to shape this. And you probably will look at me and say, you can't shape a portal. Nope, correct, can't. You still need this lovely big square down here as your main portal. But what you can do is you can make a little illusion, which is something I have seen from Grian, a wonderful YouTuber, wonderful Minecrafter. And I thought we could try and implement that in this build, and let's say like that, maybe a little bit more. Yeah. This is good. This is good. I like this little. It's not that odd. It's a little bit odd, but it's not that odd. But I don't know. To be fair honest, I don't know. Maybe we need to remove a little bit over here. Yeah, let's try that. First of all, we of course need that. That, and like that. I would say like that. Yes, that is good. And let's try and remove. Was it that one? That's not good. That'll be way too. Yes, you look at. See, squarey. We don't like that. The portal itself is squarey, and we don't want that. So let's get rid of that, and let's get rid of that. That's probably gonna do it. Yes, a little bit better, but it's difficult. It's difficult to get a good shape on that. What if we? Of course, we're gonna do something over here. Let's try it like this. And what do we say? We say one there and two like that, and one there, maybe. How does that look? That's okay. I like that. I like that. Still a little bit too squarey, I would say. What if we do it like that? Come on, come on. There we go. Yeah, much better. Much better. I'm not sure though. I must admit, I like the idea of trying to get this portal to not feel so squarey and so man-built, so to say, but a little bit more natural. And it isn't easy, I must admit. It isn't something that I find easy to do. But we will probably I think the fact that there's two that's a bad thing. You don't want. Let's move that one. That. That didn't help actually. I just think it made it worse. It's still too scary. So I'd do it like that. Still too scary. What if we move this one and like that? That could work. That could work. And what if we moved that, that, and that? And then we put in some stone here, of course. And what do we say around there? Nope, we didn't. Let's try that again. There we go. Much better, much better. We can definitely remove that one, and we can also remove that one. That won't give any complications. I think that did help, but how much? I don't know. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Did it? Doink! Ouch! There's definitely a bit more weird feel about it, but I still think it's too squarey. Maybe if we do it like that. Boop. Is that weird? No, that's okay. Probably just fill in something down here with some dirt or some stone or something. I'm not sure. Well, we don't want to go into the Nether. I've been killing pigments when they get out here and don't want to risk anything. This is the portal. It got a little bit funny shape. Yeah, that's okay. It's a little arrow that way. I like that. That's okay. That's cool. So, what we need to do now is we need to make this area, all of this area, look like this portal was generated and blasted out this mountainside and the surrounding areas. So we need to do a little about that, and that is difficult, I would say. It isn't easy. It probably isn't difficult if you're good at it, but it is me we are talking about, so that doesn't help it. That generally doesn't help it. So if we just putting in these blocks, because we know, yes, we probably, let's get rid of that one as well, like that. Good. That did help. That did help. So we want, let's put it at that height, all the way over. And after that, we can start to make the gradual slope, which is coming down. What on earth was that for a sound? Never mind. Let's just, we don't want that one there. Okay. That is doable. Maybe if we, I don't have stairs on, but what if we put a stair there? To kind of give it a little bit more. Yes, I like that. The last thing I think we should do with this is, when we got the whole mountainside here done, I think a good idea will of course be to take some of the blocks and replace them with obsidian. That would make it look a little bit more natural, a little more blasted out than if just it's the portal and then a scattered landscape. I don't think that would be good. So yeah, let me toy a little bit around with that. I would say I'm quite challenged with it. I must admit, I don't know if you can hear it on me. I'm a little bit quiet, a little bit thinkable, and I'm not sure what to do with it. But yeah. Let me let me get a little look on this and see what I can come up with. And that is the reason why you don't wear your fail set. There is no protection in it. Oh. And what is now that? Okay. Interesting. That's that's a problem now. That's a big problem. Where on earth do we end out? We end out there, and what? Yeah, that direction. You just remember things, you know. Just remember them from the first guy. That'll be easier. Now I'm getting annoyed. Where are all these bastards coming from? It's probably up there somewhere. I can't reach my stuff. Oh my goodness. I'm getting tired. I don't want. I hate those guys. I just hate them. Anyway, where is my stuff? Like that. Good. And where is my torches? That is some. No. Oh. It's not my day. I can feel that. That is definitely not my day. Oh. Anyway, guys, now we are here. I thought I would just show you what I'm doing, my fort. Because of course I would like to give this kind of natural feel, but what I thought could be really cool if we say that the humans which came here, which discovered this portal, they saw this magnificent area and there was just, whoa, that's magical. That portal is definitely something magical going on there. And they didn't want to interrupt with it too much, but yet they felt like, you know, we need to be able to enter this portal and see where it goes. But we need to do it in some kind of magnificent way. We need to make it look cool when we does it. So what they did, and that is quite interesting, I would say. What they did was they took these kind of walkways, which you can see up here. Let's just ensure there's no more creepers blowing up my little butt. And they took it and made it like curve a little bit. This one curved over, and this area which leads to the, of course, the gate for their empire under the Great Bridge, and this one leads down to the docks. And of course, we will have a road leading from the docks to the bridge as well. But this was basically just to make it a little bit more fancy, if you can say so, like that. The only thing I'm actually thinking about whatever I should do or not is, what if we added in, let's just do it like that for the beginning. Yeah. What if we added in a bit of what I'm trying to say? I have lost my focus, and that is never good. Yeah. What if we in the middle here added some kind of fountain or something, a little bit more, and maybe just a lake with some, one sugar cane and a little bit of what do they called? Lily pads. Lily pads is the name. A little lake in the middle, so they actually built this kind of walkway around and above the lake to, you know, give it a bit of special feel when you walk to the portal or from the portal. I think that's a nice idea. I'm not sure how I want to do it in practice, but that is something I will have to work with, I would say. So yeah, I think we should go with that. I think that sounds cool. So let me see if I can get something going which is in that direction, in that theme. I think it should be possible. Let's see what I can come up with. And we got this little lovely pathway system done. I'm quite pleased with it, I would say. It's not done, completely done. I need a little bit of decoration and a little bit of terraforming yet. And of course we also need the wall over here with our guard tower in it, so that we can actually get this whole arrival area to our base done, and there will be a little bit more work to it, and I definitely don't want torches being everywhere, but you know, at the moment I don't have access to the end rods, which I thought could be pretty nice, but yeah, they aren't here at the moment, so you know, we'll have to wait and see what we can do with that. But the first thing we need to do is we need to get this portal area to look a little bit more natural. And that's gotta be a bit tricky, but I'll do the best I can. Let's see what that is actually. Let's see what we can get going with this and whatever we can make up. Because I think it's a little bit difficult. It needs to be natural, but it also needs to be a little bit rough and a little bit like an explosion, if you could say. That's the idea, you know, that there has been an explosion here. So we will of course have to incorporate this in our build, and if we don't, it's just not working, you know. Saying there's been an explosion, but it doesn't look like there has been an explosion. No, that generally doesn't work. So we definitely don't want to do too much like that. So let me see what I can get going here with this, if it actually is worth anything. And I think we should add a little bit more dirt here and there to give it a little bit more graduate transition from this mountainside down to our little, what do you call it, our little green area down here. So let me get going. Let me see what I can come up with, and maybe we should do that in a timeline. That should be it. We got this big mess of obsidian scattered all over this mountainside. We got a little bit ended over there, we got a little bit ended down below, we got a little bit over here. And that is because, you know, when this area kind of erupted due to the creation of this portal, what happened was that the force of this exploded outwards in a cone-like shape, and that's the reason why there is more close to it, of course, and at the part of the mountain which is still in, you can say, in the blast radius, where, of course, over at this area there's a very little or none, because there was a little bit of mountainside which protected this area. So that's the reason, for example, you got this little gap there. And on the other side, there's basically, of course, the explosion wear off, and time has eroded most of the obsidian away anyway. But you can see that it's got a little bit more over there because there's the whole way there is a mountain which can be blasted up, and you can see there's a little bit of obsidian there. And we got that fellow little friend. Hello. Oh, you can feed that yourself. Yeah. Oh, thank you. And hopefully there isn't any more here. Oh, anyway, I think this is nice. I think this is nice. I'm toying a little bit with an idea with some other way of doing the lighting here. But I will have a little bit of look at that. Maybe we'll plant a tree over there and a little one over there and something like that. The finishing bits and bobs, but that won't be today because I got no more time. So I will say thank you for coming. Thank you for joining for today's class. And I hope you like this episode. And I will see you sooner or later.